Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Jonathan. Jonathan is from Houston in Texas in the USA. So let's see what Jonathan has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hi,
Hello Jonathan, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for taking the time on Sunday for the interview. Thank you.
No, thank you. I'm curious. I'm happy to be doing this. It's my first time ever doing this.
Amazing. Jonathan, so before we start the game, tell me where you're from.
I am from Houston, Texas. Born and raised here. I did live also for 7 years in Mexico. I'll have more about that later if you like.
Okay. Why Mexico?
I come from a family that immigrated here when I was younger, and I was born here, but everyone else in my family was born in Mexico. So they came here to get a better opportunity, and I was born here, and so we had no choice but to move to Mexico. At the age of 14 till 21, I lived over there, and then I decided to come back.
I see. Okay, so your parents are from Mexico.
Yes.
I see. And Jonathan, tell me, what do you do for a living?
Currently, I work at a shop at one of the bars in Montrose here in Houston, which is an LGBTQ business inside of a LGBTQ bar called Ripcord. Prior to that, I was working at I was working at a restaurant as a manager and tried to look for another opportunity. And right now, I'm helping my roommate at his business doing construction.
Wow, very interesting. You are a busy man.
I try to, yes. I still do bartending here and there once in a while, whenever people need me, or for like small events here and there.
I see. Jonathan, tell me, what's the best part of living in Houston, in your opinion?
Honestly, meeting people from out of here in Houston. I've been meeting a lot of people that have been moving from other states now. I believe ever since COVID, people are starting to like move out, venture out, and lately most of my friends that I've been around with have been from out of town, from New York, Cali, Seattle, here and there. So it's interesting to know and find out that people are willing to live around here in Houston, because Houston is very diverse, and it's one of the largest cities here in the US.
I see. And you say about LGBTQ community. It's a big community. The LGBTQ community is quite big in Houston.
I would say it is. Prior to that, I was working at bars, at the LGBTQ bars. In Houston, it's a small area. It's like a little neighborhood, but every bar is like super close by. Every bar is unique, different, and very nice. And I worked at several of those bars back when I was a bit younger, because I was curious to see how people in our community are. And I've met many amazing people that are doing amazing things. They're doing like small campaigns, and I'm liking to learn and see who these people are.
See, very good. Jonathan, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Yes, I'm a little bit nervous, but hey.
Don't worry, it's very friendly, very relaxed, don't worry. So, welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend full of random fun questions, okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'm just gonna play a song just for us to move a little bit before the first question. Cool?
Yes.
Let's do it. Yes, I can see your Latin moves. Jonathan, so just before we start, so through the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, I always can change, okay? It's all very friendly, okay?
I will.
Great. First question for you is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where that would be and why?
I would say actually Mexico. Reason why is that during the time I was living there, I would go to different states. Each state is very unique. You could go to a place and you can, let's say, order the same food that you are currently living in one state. And if you order it, it will be like a different variation, very different taste, very unique and amazing. Living over there in Mexico, everything's organic from what I've seen. Everything's homegrown, very natural, and the scenery and the places over there are very, very great, nice. Everything seems kind of like far, but it's like I would say an hour to like an hour and a half from each state. I've only visited a few states, and the times that I've been there, it's been amazing. It's been great. And I would definitely live there, and I'm trying to plan to go visit soon and visit my parents over there, because right now they're currently living over there, and I do need to visit and venture out more to, experience more of the different cultures that are around there.
I see. And when you, the time when you were living there, where you were living at the time?
The place that I used to live is called San Luis Potosí. If you look at the map, it's kind of like I would say a dog shape. A dog shape state. So, and the capital is the same, San Luis Potosí, San Luis Potosí. It might be small, but it is pretty big in my point of view, and everything over there is at a walking distance. So the good thing is that I would always walk around to the store. Literally every place you would go to around the corner, you'll see a little corner store here and there. So I'll just be like, okay, well, I'm going to the store. It's literally around the corner. I'll just go there and walk. And each time my mom will always send me to the store, to the meat market, everything. So I would not complain about it. At the same time, it benefited me because I would just be at home, and let's say the park is like a 5-minute walk distance. So I would just go over there to the park and enjoy myself, have fun with friends. Like I said, everything is the walking distance. So at the same time, it helped me lose a little bit of that weight that I had when I was younger.
I think there's always a positive side, isn't it? You're walking around and getting fitter.
And people are like, nowadays, they're like, you're always setting up. You like to walk around. Like, yeah, I'm just so used to it throughout the whole, my years living over there, that I'm just so used to it. I'm just always moving around, doing something, because I just can't be at one place.
Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Right, Jonathan. Next question for you is, what makes you most uncomfortable about yourself?
That's a good question. I don't know. That I can be too shy and too timid at times, that I didn't notice it. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm surrounded by friends, but at the same time, I'm like, what do I say? What do I do? And then I notice I'm like, oh God, I'm getting too over myself. I think that too is something that I notice, is what I would say.
And I tell you something now, I think being shy can be a very, let's say, positive thing. You know what I mean? For example, I like a good point of being shy, because I think some guys, when they look at us, like when, for example, myself, yeah, when I go out with friends, and the guys who's gonna get my attention are the shy guys, the one in the corner, a bit quiet. I go like, oh my god, that's they get my attention. That's charming. There's always shy guys. They have always a good charm. You know what I mean? Like hidden. That some people go like, I like that. It's very interesting.
One thing I have gotten is that people think that I'm intimidating. Because I'm just sometimes I'm I can be timid and shy, but at the same time I kind of show a face that intimidates people, and people once they know me, once they get to talk to me, they're like, oh yeah, you're not this kind of person that we thought you were. Is that because I am a social butterfly? I like to talk to people, but at times people that like to approach me are like afraid, and I'm just like, no, I'm like, don't be afraid, like just talk to me, be nice, and we'll get along correctly.
Absolutely. It's a charming way of being shy. There's always a charm behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Next question. What are you drinking, by the way?
I'm just drinking a little lemonade currently right now.
Nice. I feel thirsty now. Right. Next question for you is: what is the worst first date have you ever been on?
Oh God. Okay. This is an interesting one. So years after I was working at the bars around here, I started. I went on a date. On this date, we had a dinner, and it was close to the bars that I used to work with. So people would always say hi to me each time I go out. I would say hi too. So I demonstrated this with the guy, and he kind of abused. He's kind of like, you're saying hi to a lot of people. Like what is this? And he's like, well, I used to be around at the bars, friendly. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna say no to when someone hugs me or So he's just like, what's going, like, are you sure? Like, I feel like you're hiding something. Like, no. I'm like, I explained to him, and he's just like, well, this doesn't seem right. I just feel like that, you're lying to me, and that you're meeting these people like in a different way. I'm like, how? Like, I'm like, how can I explain myself any other way that I used to work at a bar? So he's just, made me feel uncomfortable, made me feel weird in a way. I'm just like, this is not what I expected. This is weird, and I just was like, well, if you don't want to or anything, we can leave, or call it bye. So just like I later on, like I had my little date or whatever, and I just told him I don't think this is gonna work, because you just feel like I'm lying to you, and I'm just like, whatever. So that was, I think, one of the weirdest ones, and yeah, it was like, I couldn't explain myself more. Like, what do you think I was doing with these people that are saying hi to me? Like, no. So I would say that would be one of my weirdest experiences.
I think the guy should be like, oh my god, he's very popular. My goodness, I like that. He should see this way.
So sometimes, yeah, people would be like, oh yeah, it must be popular and anything. Like, no, just I worked at the bar, so people would always say hi, and I'm always that friendly type. And sometimes I would stop and talk to them and tell them like, hey, nice seeing you, but I'm right now currently busy talking to somebody. Or, I would tell them like, nice. But yeah, it kind of sucks that this guy thought I was doing something else. He was cute, he was a great person, but he just didn't get the message.
It didn't work out for the nights.
It didn't, but like, dating can be a little tough.
It can. There's a lot of nerves around, insecurity. You don't know what's gonna happen. There's always a lot of pressure as well. I agree. Next question. Before the next question, Jonathan, tell me, when you think about Mexico, yeah, what's the best memories that you have from there, the time that you're living there?
The times, best memories, the times I would travel with family, because we went to a national fair, La Feria de San Marcos. It's in Guadalajara, if I'm mistaken. It's the state fair is literally like in downtown. A lot of historical places, a lot of good areas around it, and it was just super close by, very nice. A lot of attractions, and a lot of people will definitely go there. So that's, I would say, one of my good memories that I have. And I really wanted to go again, but at the time I was like, well, let me just go back to the US at that point. But I do plan on going again sometime soon or in these few years. But traveling would be really nice. And the times that I would travel to like a little local, how do I call it? Like little cities. They have little cities around town. That would be like 30 minutes. They would have like a big lake, like a big lake, and close to that lake, they had music playing in that downtown, and have a market. And in that market, they would sell like good food, some ice cream, and they would do like little parties here and there with people. So you'll have like some drinks here and there, and it'll be great. It was so beautiful, and you'll see people dancing, folkloric music, traditional wear that they would use for that. So that was very interesting to see and to experience.
I see. And do you have siblings as well?
Yes, I do have siblings. I have 2 sisters and 2 brothers.
Big family.
Yes, we're a family of 5, and currently 2 of my sisters are here and 1 of my brothers. And my brother, one of my older brother, is in Mexico with my parents.
I see. Very good. Next question for you is, how do you make friends?
How do I make friends? I make friends by just going out. Like I said, working at the bars has been a great experience, because it's also helped me not be shy as much, and it's helped me become like a social butterfly to interact. Of course, when I was bartending, I would tell people like, oh, what's your drink? But like little by little, I started interacting with people, telling them like, how's your day going? Like, what are you up to? And now, after a while, after COVID, like I did get shy for a bit, and learning how to interact with people and all that was a different experience. So I would usually just do the same thing, but at the same time, I would just, after work, if I had some extra time, I would venture out, have a few drinks, and start talking to people, and eventually I'll make some friends here and there. And the people that I'm around with are great people. We uplift each other to be better. Because I would say back then, I would have some friends, but some people like drama. I don't. And with that negativity, it was just bad, and I didn't want to be around those kind of people. And I wouldn't say those were my friends, because they would talk a lot of mess, and that wouldn't be okay with me. So yeah, and I always tell people that are around me, to be themselves, to be you, and they have. And I appreciate the friends that I have right now, because they're helping me learn a lot, and a lot of these people are starting their own business here and there, and that's great. And I like seeing that from my friends. Having to, be with them also inspires me to do, a lot of stuff.
Amazing. Good for you. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Next question for you, Jonatan. where do you want to be in 10 years time from now?
Ooh, 10 years from now. That's a good question. I would say right now, I currently don't know about that. Reason why is because I am starting a business, and this business does involve with the community. So my business is called Bears, involved with the bear community. So I would say I consider myself like a cub or a bear. I used to be a bigger person here. I'm always funny enough, I've always been shirtless when I go out. I'm a little furry here in the chest. So throughout the times that I would be out, people recognize me more shirtless than with clothes, funny enough. So this Bears business is called Bartending Events and Retail Services. So I don't see much enough events for the Bears in the community. And I'm always around people that, are hairy, that are big, and I always encourage them to, hey, take your shirt off, be proud of who you are, because sometimes these people that I'm with are, shy, they don't know, what to do, and there isn't much per se representation in the Bears, for the Bears. So I'm wanting to do like a small events here and there to make them feel comfortable, make them feel nice, and make them feel like they are well represented. And I have a group of friends that are willing to help me accomplish these goals. For bartenders, I do have like some small bear bartenders that want to be out there, and for the events, have like these small little parties that they can have fun and have a safe area. And for the retail services, like bear merchandise, some little tank tops with some puns that I want to do, and I'm slowly, little by little, building that, and hope to have good plans for that. And if everything goes well, then I do see that it'll be a big thing. And with that, I don't know how I see myself in that in 10 years. So for now, I would say like it's gonna be a good start, and hopefully like in a year or so, it becomes something big. But something small, little by little, and it's hard to say how I'll be in 10 years, because like all of this was just all of a sudden.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that about your business, Jonatan, because imagine people watching the interview, the bear community, people that maybe they don't have that access to parties or to, to be part of a community where it's so big. I mean, I don't know there, but for example, here in Europe, you hear a lot about the Bear Week, like in Barcelona, in Gran Canaria, in Berlin, the big main cities. You always hear about, there's the Bear Week somewhere, there's a Bear Week there. Mm-hmm. So I think it's very, it's very big, I think here, I'm the gay scene, I always see bars. There was a party that they stopped now for some reason, called XXL. Actually, if you go online, you can Google XXL. It's a club in London, was a party in London, XXL, that was very, very popular. And actually, it got so popular and it was so big that you don't see just bears there, you see the whole community. And what they did the bar, the club, they did like different areas where different music as well, and it was so approachable because you could see all the community there, different tribes, let's say tribes, but the main one was XXL, and it was so nice to see everyone involved as well, in a let's say in a community that was for bears, but they kind of found a way to accommodate everyone, so everyone felt approachable going to the party because it was the venue, the way they organized the music, the DJs, everything was very welcoming. So you could see, different different communities in one, you know, but the main one was for bears. So I think it's very interesting what you're doing. It's very clever as well, because as you can see that there's a lack of, you know, missing something in your community in Houston. So why not take the first step, and you know, try to make something big? Why not? So I think I'm very glad that you mentioned that, because I'm sure people watching that, they're gonna feel very connected with you, and you never know, people are gonna go like, oh my god, I'm so glad that he's doing that, and he's gonna go to support you as well.
Yes, and the things that I've seen in California, there is a lot of bear representation. I've seen that they've done mega wolf and barracuda that travel around town in different cities, and these are bear dancers. And what I've been doing too nowadays is I'm a dancer. I started at one of the bars here in Houston. I helped them with an event, and I'm wanting to do more now with that event, but you know, make it bigger and have more people involved, because I like people having friends be involved, and I've been asked, you know, like if you ever have an event, you know, I would love to participate, I would love to dance, and that motivates me to push myself and have later on an idea of what to do, and now I know who wants to be involved. And you know, places like Puerto Vallarta, they have their beef dip, which is a whole week of events for bears. And in Dallas here in Texas, they do TBRU, which is Texas Bear Roundup, which is 3 to 4 days in Dallas. So that's very interesting, and I feel like Houston needs an event like that. And hopefully, sometime, you know, in the future, I hope to, you know, make an event happen, making you know, have that representation here in Houston, because like I say, Houston is one of the big cities in the US. So it'll be great to have an event and have people from different cities, you know, or if not different countries, come here and, you know, have experience, have, you know, that welcome of like, yeah, this is Houston, one of the big cities, and you know, this event's going on, you know.
Amazing. I can't wait to come to the party in the future. I can see already the party happening. I can't wait to come in.
Thank you. And I hope, you know, everything goes well and the right paths, you know, to make it happen.
Hey, I can't wait already. I'm already looking forward to the party. Right. Say again?
Oh, no, I said I can't wait. I can't wait, you know, for these parties.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have 3 questions left for you. Okay, Jonathan? Let's do it. Next question for you is, what would your theme song be if you had your own show?
That's a good question. I would say something like the first one would be like a musical or something to be like captivating and get people's attention. Like, oh, like it's about to start. Like, what kind of music will it be? Like kind of like a suspense type of music, to get people like interested. Like, oh, like it's about to start. Like, what's gonna happen? You know, get people captivated. But a specific song, I don't know. But I would say something suspenseful, like kind of like a musical, to get their attention, as I would say. Yeah, that's the one thing I would think about.
Get someone like excited about the party, like, oh my god, what's going to happen? What's going to be? I know what I mean.
So I like having like energetic music that can have people hyped up, is that I would say. Hyped up to be like, oh, it's about to happen, like get them excited.
Amazing. 2 questions left for you. Let's do it. Right, before the next question, Jonathan, as you say about being gay, did you always have the support of your family?
That is a tough thing. So my family does not know as much currently.
So,
But I'm willing to answer this. One thing is I did come out to them as bisexual at that time,
mhm,
because I was afraid of them, rejecting me and telling me things. And the first two people I would tell was my sister and my mother. I told them because I was interested in a guy that I met online. We were talking, and I couldn't hide it. I couldn't, um, keep it a secret anymore. So I told them like, hey, like, I'm bisexual. I was um, 16, 17. I was still in high school. Um, they were like, oh, this is so unprecedented, but we respect it, and they were first accepting, and then the next day somehow I was just curious to check the computer history to the point that they were doing the research about gays, what's if this is a normal thing, and that kind of disappointed me. And I told them, what's this, and they were like, well, we're just worried that you're going on the wrong path, or you're not taking care of yourself. But I'm like, I'm taking care of myself nicely, great. And they were, later on, I accepted the fact that they didn't accept that. And later on, I decided to tell some of the rest of my family, and they didn't take it nicely. One of my brothers did say that, hey, you do you, as long as you're taking care of yourself. I respect that. So at least I know that one of my members of my family does acknowledge it, does know that I'm taking care of myself, and is there to support in a way. But lately I've been wanting to come out to them again as a gay man, because I do keep my gay life separate from them, and it sucks to know that I am hiding myself, hiding who I am to my family, and I have to act properly and nice for them not to know. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are going through the same, and it sucks. But I have told, of course, family and friends at that time, and I know for sure that the fact that they are starting to know who I am,
mhm.
and I and it sucks to know that I'm still hiding this, but I hopefully with what I'm doing, they know that I'm doing a great job, that I'm taking care of myself, and they accept me for who I am, and I still talk to them, I still be on the phone with them, but I just don't tell them about my life, who I'm with, or what I'm doing, because I'm just afraid of that judgment, that rejection, and it's tough. But yeah, that's one of the things that I'm currently dealing with, but I'm not letting that bring me down. If they do ask me, I'll tell them, yeah, I am, and I'm not gonna hide it. But it sucks to know that I have also like these social medias with them that are different, and I rarely post on those social medias because those are their family accounts, and they do ask like, oh, where's this girlfriend, and when am I gonna have a grandkid? Or I'm like, yeah, I told you. But I do want to have a son or a daughter later on for sure. But right now, I'm just living my life, and if the chance does partake, then yeah, I'll be ready to take care of a child that I will call a son or daughter.
See. By the way, Jonathan, I'll take away this part. I'll cut off this part that we talk about now, this part, because as you say, you're still not out to your family. So when I did the interview, I'll take this part out because I don't want you to feel, you know what I mean, not comfortable with this part. Don't worry, I'll take it out.
No. I by all means, I would love this part to be put in there, because I want to tell people that that y'all are not there isn't any, you know, there isn't that there is people out there do, you know, experiencing what I am experiencing, and then I want them to know that they aren't alone. Like, I'm also part of that. So if possible, I would love to get this.
Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure, because I don't want you to, in the future, to watch the interview, you go like, I think I regret that. Okay, I'm clear. I'm glad that you said that, so I'll keep this part. Okay, I just want to make sure that you are okay with that.
No, I'm okay with it, because like I said, I would love people to know that, you know, who I am, and I'm not that type of person to say it, but you know, I'm thankful for this opportunity that you're doing and doing an interview, and I would love to showcase to these people that, you know, who I am, you know, because I don't allow many people in my life, and this is a great opportunity for people to know me more.
Next question for you is, what's your favorite TV show?
That's a tough one. One thing, I don't watch TV as much, but I do watch YouTube and all that. But I'm also an anime person. Anime, I'm watching My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, Naruto. I read mangas. I have watched some TV shows. The popular one right now, Euphoria, is what I'm watching. Watching Euphoria, it has brought me flashbacks, because it has, I would say, some parts has happened to me at one point when I was younger, and seeing that and experiencing that brings back memories. But it has helped me understand at that time when this person was experiencing what I was seeing, a better understanding and of things. So that kind of brought me some flashbacks in a good way, and you know, some in a bad way, and it's helped me understand. I'm trying to see what other ones. No, yeah, right now I'm just watching that. Some TV shows, I would say Drag Race. Drag Race in the US right now. A little bit of a Drag Race UK versus the world. Shows like that.
Last question, ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Last question, Jonatan. Last question for you is, if you could be a character in a movie, who that would be and why?
Oof. Character in a movie, I would be the thinker, because if it was like, for example, a scary movie, I would be thinking and analyzing how to get away from a situation that they're trying to chase me, or an action. I would be the one trying to figure out like how to, let's say, deactivate a bomb, or try to get away from what is happening, or if it's something, yeah, I would say, like, I like to think, I like to analyze things. If it's like a crime scene, I would be like, well, this doesn't make sense because this is what's going on, or I would try to figure out what the plan is, and you know, try to analyze things. Is how I am and how I see things. And I'm that type of person to like also observe what's around me. So if something like is going on, be like, wait, this does not seem well. This does not, you know, fit right. Like something's off. Like, and I'll be the type of person to be like, who moved this or who did that? Like, this is not okay. No, if I were a character, I'll be the thinker of the situation, or to get out of the situation, you know, and I'm always that type of person to observe and to look like small little details and be like, wait, who did this?
Funny, very funny. Jonatan, it's not the end yet, okay? Let's play now the word association game. I'm going to give away some words, and you just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. Family.
I failed. I'm just kidding. Mom.
Money.
Savings.
How about love?
Friends.
One word for life.
Lesson.
One word for sex.
Oh. Love.
Politics.
I can do that one. Politics is something.
One word for religion.
Caring.
Fear.
Loss.
One word for friendship.
Peace.
Desire.
Love. Yeah, love.
Regret.
Overthinking.
Success.
Oh, that's a tough one too. Learning.
One word for wish.
Desire.
Happiness.
Proud.
One word for Houston.
Love.
One word for USA.
Overgrowing.
And the last one now, Mexico. One word.
Food.
What'd you say?
Food.
Food. Amazing.
I love the food over there. Like I said, the food over there is just so flavorful.
Right, let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend. Define Jonathan in one positive word and one negative word only. What your best friend would say?
Caring. I have to, I'm that type of person that would care for my friends each time we would go out. So I'm always taking care of them, always making sure that they're doing okay. And, you know, if I care for them, you know, I love them and I love my friends that I'm with. So I would always be that caring person to make sure, like, hey, I'll be making sure, like, asking them questions, like, are you right? Are you all right? Like, are you sure? Like, do you need some water? Like, I'll be asking them like small little things. One negative, overthinking. I tend to overthink about certain things, and it would be like, stop doing it, stop, you know, thinking of that, or I'll be over my head too much that I can't enjoy myself when I'm around my best friends. So that's I would say one negative thing that I tend to do when I'm hanging out with friends. And it's I would say a habit of mine that I do, and I'm trying to like not overthink as much, because then once I do, I can't enjoy myself. I can't enjoy myself being there with my friends. So that's the negative thing I would say.
Amazing. Right, Jonathan, let's play now Jonathan and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Jonathan, you can ask me a question now.
If you were to travel around the world, where would it be and why?
You know, one of the places that's in my bucket list I'd like to start with, it would be Japan. I think I'd love to start in Japan because it's somewhere that I always want to go. And I would like to spend there a lot of, not just like 1 or 2 weeks, like at least 4 weeks, at least, for me to get to see the country you know what I mean, to explore a lot. And from that as well, I would like to go to Thailand, Vietnam, Thailand, because I've never been to Asia before. So I'd like to explore a bit this area as well. India, I would like to go to India. Is one of the places as well that's I would love to go there to see the Taj Mahal. I think would be one of the places that I would like to explore a little bit as well. And actually, I would like to go to see other places in America. I would like to see around the coast, San Francisco. You know what I mean? Some places in California. I would like to travel a little bit around America as well. And yeah, and actually going a bit to South America as well, because I'm from Brazil, but I never went to another country in South America. So I'd like to explore a little bit as well. A few countries in South America, Argentina, Chile as well, Mexico, going up to Mexico. I've never been to other countries in South America, Central America. So I'd like to explore a little bit more as well, the area. So yeah, so I think I would go to different like Asia, North America, a bit in South America as well, and kind of explore those areas that I haven't seen before, for sure.
From Asia, and then work your way up through there, and then go from the south up through there.
Yes, so I think I'd like to see those places that I never been before. I think they're so different, and I think I would be fortunate to get to see those places for sure. Yeah. Okay, Jonathan, did you enjoy the interview? Did you have a good time?
I did. I did. At first I was a little bit nervous, but little by little I started to express myself a little bit more. So I enjoyed this, and I've never done an interview like this before, especially through Zoom. So this is a good experience and something great that I've done. So this I really enjoyed. I thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thanks so much. No, thanks so much for taking the time. Thanks for challenge yourself, you know what I mean, to do that. I think sometimes we need to challenge ourselves as well, to go out of our comfort zone. And sometimes we can enjoy the experience, you know what I mean. I'm so glad that you accept my invitation. And I'm so glad as well that you took the opportunity to talk a bit more about yourself, to open up. Thanks for being so open. Thanks for sharing your memories in life and you know what I mean, your desires as well, things that you want to achieve. I think I could see your eyes shine. You're talking about this, this project that you're working right now. I think it's something very positive, and I'm sure you're going to manage because, it's something fresh, new. And I think people enjoy that. People like that. And people can appreciate as well when you do something with a lot of, love, a lot of positivity. Why not? I think people like that for sure.
For sure, and like I said, I don't talk about my life too much to many people, and I'm starting to now express myself a bit more to the people in here in the community. So I know for sure people are curious. They're going to be curious to listen and hear who I am, and it makes me happy to be doing this.
Thanks so much. Thank you. But before you go, Jonathan, I would like you to share a positive message or a positive quote, something that inspires you in life.
So one thing that has been sticking with me during these past years is that there's always a positive and negative. In any negative situation, always think of something happy, something that makes you excited, to not think of what's happening, and that's what I've been doing. Every negative thought I've been having, or when I'm down, I always try to make a positive from that, and it's been helping me a lot throughout these years. And I always tell people about that. If you're in a poor situation, your bad situation, always find the bright side of that situation. And other thing I would say is don't let anyone push you down, let you down. Always lift that person up, because at the end of the day, you don't know what that person is going through, and the best thing that you can do is tell that person that not everything will be okay, but inspire them to make them feel better.
Amazing. Very good. Jonathan, thanks so much for the interview. Thanks for taking the time on Sunday, and we keep in touch, okay? It was a pleasure.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
so much. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why do you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.